Okay, here we go. One Piece review, chapter 10-12. So my initial thoughts on this chapter are that I don't particularly like it. But to be fair, the past few chapters been pretty darn good. I guess my biggest issue with this chapter is that I felt that there was like a lot of padding in it. Like there was a lot of just sort of beating around the bush and getting like a little bit into it. Chapter opens with a focus on the vassals, which, they aren't my favourite characters, but, they're kind of like central to the Wano plot, so, we kind of have to focus on them a bit. I understand that, I get that, but, I don't know, I felt like it was kind of a waste of time, this moment, except for the fact of, like, the brother and sister, whose names are slipping my mind. I'm terrible with names of side characters in One Piece. Yeah, that part was nice seeing Kiku and her brother reunite. I mean, we've briefly seen it before in the past, but like this was the first time that we actually got to see them, what would you say, interact? Yeah, and sort of like, discuss the fact that they haven't seen each other in years, which is weird. I guess because of like the crazy pace of Wano Country. Maybe they didn't have the opportunity to up till now. I don't know. That's kind of hard to buy, but it is what it is. And we got the moment. So, yeah, that was a nice moment. Also, you got to see Neko Mamushi get the reveal of Pedro's death, which, again, you would have thought it's something he would have found out by now, but apparently this is his first time hearing it. I guess what you could say is the opening few pages kind of felt like what are typically side panels, but all merged together to make like an actual chapter. But, after that moment, we briefly cut to a moment with Yamato and Momonosuke, who are, I think, on the first floor acting. And, again, not much really happened here, I didn't feel. Momo does get his father's book, which, this could be bigger in the future. Because obviously, Oden travels with, not only with Gold Roger, but he travels with Whitebeard as well. Oden, a lot of secrets that we, the audience, don't know. And they're probably contained in that little book. As Grand Line Review rightly pointed out, so the next time we see Momo, it could very well be the case that he's a lot more enlightened. You also got to see another demonstration of Momo's ability with the voice of all things. I don't know, to me, it seems as though he's become more proficient than Luffy. Now, I'm not saying that's for sure, that's confirmed, or, but I do think that's what they're pushing. I think that they're pushing for the idea that the voice of all things is sort of like Momo's speciality, right? And that kind of should be the case as well, I think. I don't think it should be the case that Luffy, is just amazing at everything and he's, the best at everything. I think it should be the case, as, the series sort of hinted at towards the beginning, that One Piece is not really a story like Dragon Ball Z, where, Goku is amazing at everything and, they just call on Goku for everything. But it's more like speciality of roles, you'd say. I remember back in the fight with, Arlong Park, right? And Arlong challenges Luffy to, a sword fight, and Luffy is like, yeah, right, I'm not a swordsman, what are you talking about? Zoro's the swordsman. That's why he's on the crew. That's why he's on the crew, because I'm no good with swords. And maybe that's going to be, I don't think Momo is going to join the crew, but he's going to obviously be a powerful ally to the Straw Hat Pirates somewhere in the future. And I think that's kind of going to be Momo's role, is he's going to be the guy whose speciality is the voice of all things. And I think that's what Oda at least is building up to. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's going nowhere. But he seems to demonstrate it a lot more than Luffy does. He seems to be better at it than Luffy is. Like, I don't think we've ever seen Luffy, since almost Dragon Ball Z style. I brought up Dragon Ball Z twice in this review, but like, like in those episodes of Dragon Ball Z where they sense the villain's power level, obviously on a smaller scale, but a bigger scale than Luffy's demonstrated. Because, I mean, in this chapter, more specifically, he senses what's going on the roof, and yeah, we haven't seen Luffy really do that. To my memory, anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've forgotten something important. Yeah, and then after that we get the best part of the chapter, in my opinion, and that's returning to the scene with Big Mom, Nami, Usopp, Ulti, and Page One, who is currently unconscious. And forgive me if I forget Page One. This part of the chapter I really enjoyed. I think it was really good. My biggest worry from last chapter was the idea that Big Mom was going to become an automatic ally of the Straw Hat Pirates now that the link between Otama and the Straw Hat Pirates had been established. Like, Big Mom would see Otama as friends with the Straw Hat Pirates, therefore, and Lin Lin likes Otama, therefore, she's going to be friends, or she's going to forgive the Straw Hat Pirates. That was my biggest worry, because I thought it'd feel a little bit contrived. But it doesn't seem like that's what's happened, or is going to happen. What it seems like is going to happen... Now, I'll talk about what did happen before I start theory crafting. So first of all, Nami sort of tries to make that happen, right? She tries to make it the case that, Lin Lin is now an ally because of the connection with Otama. But Lin Lin is having none of it. None of it at all. She says, no, I'm dealing with Ulti, and then I'm dealing with you. Pointed to Nami and Usopp. I don't know, I guess I should say Nami and Usopp are very fearful for their lives. I edited out the swear word there. Make this content YouTube friendly. Yeah, and then you get like a really funny moment with Nami where she like immediately goes from, trying to get Lin Lin to support them to trying to get Ulti to support them by like cheering on Ulti, and then but Ulti's not having any of it either. And she's like, no, I'm going to get you guys, once I'm done with Big Mom. And then it kind of puts, any of that worry I had last chapter to rest. Then you quickly get a very quick action panel. I thought it was really, I just want to bring attention to the fact that I think it was really clean, really well drawn. Because, like, typically in One Piece, the action isn't my favorite. I find it very, what would you say, messy, difficult to look at times. Hard to figure out exactly what's going on. But in this particular panel, it's the one where like Ulti's like bouncing off all the walls, and then she like headbutts the giant lion character thingy whose name I never even bothered to remember the first time. But no, it looked really clean, very easy to read, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. And just because I don't have the chapter review up, because I hadn't started doing this yet, I just wanted to bring attention and praise the fact that it was also very clean and very easy to read in a few panels at least of the Luffy versus Kaido fight, particularly the one where like Luffy does the uppercut. That was real clean. But yeah, I just want to praise that because it was such a tiny panel. Maybe it was like one or two panels where she's like bouncing around and then headbutts it. But it was just so easy to read, and hopefully Oda continues to draw his skirmishes in this way that I can actually goddamn read them, because usually I struggle. And part of the onus is on me, by the way, for that, because like I'm not the biggest manga connoisseur. I've read maybe like 5 to 10 manga. I'm more of an anime guy, to be honest. Reading action in manga isn't my forte. But, you know, I want to give the props where I think they deserved. After that moment, Nami's group gets knocked off the lion, and then you get like a real mean moment from Ulti, probably like the meanest we've seen her. I guess she is the villain of the arc, so but yeah, she like Otama's crying, and then she gives Otama like a big bitch slap, and then you can see Big Mom is getting ready to like give Ulti the smackdown for what she just did to Otama. But before she even gets there, Nami is the one that steps up, and I don't know, she does like Thunderbolt tempo on her or something. It looks like lightning to me, but she doesn't shout out Thunderbolt tempo. That's just what it looks like to me. And then Usopp's like, "What are you doing, Nami? This is our chance to get away, and you're attacking her." And then you get like this nice moment with Nami saying, you know, it's unforgivable that she just hit a child. And yeah, no, it's nice to get a moment where Nami is shining as sort of like the hero of this particular situation. Because I don't know, when was the last time that Nami heroed up? No, I don't think I can remember her doing anything. Okay, I don't think I remember her doing anything in Zoe either. What about Dressrosa? Man, Dressrosa feels like so long ago. I can barely remember like any of the minor plot points in that. But yeah, it feels like a while, and it's about time, I think. It's about time that we, you know, some of these side Straw Hats get their shine. I mean, that's what people were excited for with Robin, and, you know, that's what I feel excited for with this particular fight. Hopefully Usopp also gets something, because, you know, I feel like it's been a while since Usopp's really got his time to shine too. But I do remember that he had a moment in Dressrosa, so I don't know. I'd like to, like, Usopp's one of my favourite characters, so you know, I would love to see him get a moment or two. So yeah, I'd probably give this one like a 6 or maybe a 7. I'll say 6.5 because that's bang slap in the middle out of 10. It wasn't the greatest thing ever. It wasn't the best One Piece has to offer, I don't think. But, you know, it wasn't terrible either, so, you know, it's not below a 5. It's some theory crafting, because I have a theory about where things are going to go. So most of us are under the assumption that at some point in the future, Zeus, Big Mom's Cloud thing, is going to join the Straw Hat Pirates. Specifically with Nami. I think there's 2 reasons for this. Number 1, Nami needs a big power boost because she is nowhere near on the level of the other Straw Hats. She's probably, I would say, the weakest member at the moment, without Zeus. So she needs a big boost. But 2, and this one's kind of like a bit of an out there theory, but Monkey D. Luffy kind of represents Son Wukong, the Monkey King. The Monkey King has a flying cloud. So I feel that by the end of the story, you know, Luffy too will have a flying cloud. I think it will belong to Nami, but, you know, I think we're going to get a cool sort of page spread, whatever you want to call it, where Luffy is riding Zeus, the cloud, towards, I don't know, whoever the big bad is, or, you know, the big bad has a fortress, you know, Luffy needs to get up there. Loads of people are saying that Blackbeard is going to end up getting Kaido's devil fruit. You know, then it would be very handy for Luffy if he had, you know, a flying cloud to ride on. I do think that Luffy is getting a flying cloud, and I think that flying cloud is Zeus. So the question is, of course, how do we get Zeus on, you know, back to Nami and loyal to Nami? So here's what I think is going to happen. I think next chapter, Big Mom is probably going to be staying out of the fight. I think she'll want to see like Ulti and Nami take each other out, sort of thing, and she's not staying out of it for Tama's sake, because I think she would like to get involved for Tama's sake, but she's gonna sort of be hesitant and sort of put it off on the basis that it would be more tactical to allow her two enemies to take each other out. I think Nami is probably going to get her butt kicked by Ulti, because that's already happened and she hasn't had a power up since, and she's going to be like really hesitant. And then Zeus is going to show up, and then Zeus is going to see Hera, Big Mom's new cloud. He's going to get jealous and that, and kind of hate Big Mom. Maybe hate is the wrong word, but I think he's going to see Nami, and then he's going to be like, right, if you don't want me, I'm going to go fight with Nami. And then I think she's just going to outright be like, yeah, no, you go with Nami. That makes sense, because that's her way of allowing Nami the support that she needs to defeat Ulti without her directly supporting her defeat Ulti, if that makes sense. I think that's what's going to happen. And then after the fact, I think Big Mom's going to be like, you know what, you and Zeus, maybe not in exactly these words, of course, but you and Zeus can, stay together. Because she's got Hera now, she doesn't need Zeus. And I think she'll see in the fight like how well Zeus gets along with Nami. And I think that'll be like a turning point for Big Mom's character. Maybe not make her good, I'm not saying that, but Yeah, but anyway, that's my review for chapter 10-12. I hope you liked it.